What up, Jibbers? Outplay's back once again for an IRL No Man's Sky video today, and we're going to be taking a look at my No Man's Sky merchandise collection because I have amassed quite a lot of it, and I thought it would be cool just to show some of this stuff off. A lot of it is like really cool stuff, and most of it you probably have seen before, but there are a couple of little things in here that, I don't know, they're just quite special, so I thought it'd be really cool to just show everybody them, and I don't know, just let you guys share the enjoyment of looking at these things with me. So what do we want to look at first? I guess like one of the first things that I like had to get as soon as I saw it was the vinyl set, so the 65 Days of Static vinyl collection. It comes with an absolutely beautiful cover here, which just looks really freaking cool. Obviously the original OG No Man's Sky artwork on it, which everybody loves. But if you open that up, it's like the double spread as well, so that just looks really freaking cool. And this is kind of like when I get a little shelf set up, I kind of want to have that as a backdrop, like a display, and then I want to put my little explorer ship that we'll see in a minute in there as well. So yeah, that's kind of like the first thing. But the really cool thing about this is the vinyls themselves. So like I'll show you these. They're absolutely beautiful colors. Like you've got the red and the blue, classic No Man's Sky colors, and they're kind of like see-through as well. I don't know how well you can kind of see that, but yeah, they're really freaking cool. And of course they've got like original concept art in the middle of the vinyls there as well, so that's really freaking awesome. I don't even have a vinyl player, which is I don't know, something I should probably be ashamed of, but I just had to have them. With a lot of this stuff, like I'll probably never use it, but I just love having it in my collection and love being able to like look at it and stuff. That kind of, I don't know, I'm just such a nerd for that kind of thing. And that's the cover that the vinyl comes in, just says No Man's Sky on there, which is pretty cool. So that's like the first thing that I've got, and that's, I don't know, that's one of my like one of the coolest looking things. I just feel like if I could have that like put up on a shelf or on a wall, it's just gonna look so freaking awesome. Now the next thing I've got, this is actually something that took me so freaking long to find, and that's the actual official No Man's Sky Sentinel bobblehead. So I've never taken this out of the box, but it's not sealed, so I brought it pre-owned. It took me a long time to try and find it. A lot of this stuff I kind of wanted for ages, and I've had to like trawl through eBay and stuff like that and like eventually spot them and then try and get them. But I managed to pick this one up after I'd almost given up trying to get this. Like this is one of those things I didn't think I'd find at this point, but I did manage to get it, and I was super excited. So I'm going to take it out of the box for the first time today, and hope that it's not broken, I guess, because I've never actually checked that. It just looks really cool in the box. So it's really weird because it's like a dark blue color, and obviously that's not the color of Sentinels in the game. So yeah, I don't know, maybe that was at one point in time the original color that they had for the Sentinels. I've got to try and do this without like breaking the thing now. Come on, you little jipper. Oh, if this is broken, I'm going to be so upset. Okay, it looks good. It all looks good. So there's the box. The box is really freaking cool. I love that. It just looks so cool. We're going to put that over there safely. Right, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Smooth operation. Let's have no problems, please. Okay, looks good. So these are all like hand painted as well, which is... I was about to say the head's loose, but it's a bobblehead. Of course the head's loose. There we go. So there it is. Oh, it looks... Oh, this is really freaking cool. So this is definitely something like, once I've completely finished setting up my little studio room, this is going to be on display, I think, because that is really freaking awesome. Wobble, wobble. Everyone says whenever I do a video with like me in it, I bobble my head around a lot as well, so this can be my official mascot. So we'll put him over there. I've got to like try and, I don't know how I'm going to try and like fit all of this stuff on the other side of the table without like knocking my microphone over, but we'll see how it goes. What else have we got? Of course, No Man's Sky, the game, PlayStation 4. That, of course, as you guys know, is like the main way that I play the game. I do have it on PC. I've got it on Steam. I bought it a couple of times on Steam, actually. I bought it, I gifted it to somebody on Twitter, who I won't mention, but they make some really cool trailers. So, yeah, that was pretty awesome. But I've got a copy for myself on Steam. Mostly just use PC for the modded version, obviously with the Railroad overhaul. But PS4 is kind of my original OG love. But I will be playing it on Xbox as well as soon as it comes out in July. So yeah, I think that'd be cool. Like, I'll be able to play with anybody who watches my channel, no matter what platform they're on. So that was kind of the main reason that I wanted to do that. And this is the other thing I had to get. I've got a factory sealed copy of the game as well. So this is completely unopened, brand new, like shop shelf kind of thing. I just like, with a lot of stuff when I'm collecting, a lot of people always ask me like why I've got more than one thing of stuff. And I tend to I normally get one to play, one to display. That's kind of the motto that I go with. I like having one that I can kind of open and fumble through and mess around with and like actually play with properly because I'm just a big kid. But then I do also like having like a pristine copy or a copy that I don't touch, just as like a collector's piece as well. So that's kind of why I have two of lots of this stuff. And one of those things that I have two of is this little beauty here. So this is actually a promo version of the PS4 No Man's Sky disc. So it's kind of weird. I'm trying to find out, like, I know what these are for because loads of games have them. It's essentially an early version of the game that goes out, well, it's the full version of the game, but they go out early to press people, you know, to do like reviews and that kind of stuff. Basically like your basic media release kind of thing. But they had an actual press kit for No Man's Sky that was really freaking cool, like way, way, way better than this. So I don't know, like, they sent those out. I'm guessing they probably sent those out to the bigger media people, and then the little scrubbers ended up with these. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool, like, quite a unique little thing. Just a plain white disc with a red band. All promo discs for PlayStation look like this. So for any game, if you ever see a promo disc, well, one of these, like, basic promo discs, they all look the same. White with a red strip at the bottom. But yeah, I've got two of those. I just managed to find them super cheap, so I had to grab them, like, straight away when I saw them. And on to another thing that I have two of. We've got the 65 Days of Static album on CD as well. So I've got two copies of this. Both of these completely unopened, so I haven't opened them. Obviously, if I want to listen to the music, I don't need to put CDs in or anything like that. I just listen to it on my laptop or something. But yeah, that's really cool. Like, definitely wanted to support them and buy a couple of copies of that. What else have we got here? Let's go for something like tiny now. We've shown some, the bobblehead was pretty cool. We've shown some big stuff. Let's go for some smaller stuff. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see this like on the camera. This is my first time trying to do anything like this in a video. So I'm not in my normal studio room. I've like, I've just like repurposed my table in my kitchen to be my little desk for this video. So hopefully like this setup's okay for you guys and not too terrible, you know. I try my best, guys. But yeah, so this is, I don't know if you can see these. If there's stuff that you can't see, I'll probably edit in like a close-up of it or something. But these are basically little stickers that you put on the PlayStation controllers. So on the little light bar on your PlayStation controller, you can pop these on. And the really cool one, there's one that just says No Man's Sky with the like the actual No Man's Sky white text logo, and there's another one that's a little white Atlas symbol. And that's like the cool thing on here. But yeah, like I've seen these loads of times. They're like super. You can find them on eBay for like nothing. They're super cheap, but they're not official at all. So I like passed up on them for ages, and then I can't remember who it was, but somebody tweeted me a picture of them actually on the controller, and they look freaking awesome. So I'm definitely going to be putting those on my controller. I collect controllers as well, so I've got loads of like Xbox and PlayStation controllers. I'm kind of like waiting until I find a controller that I like loads before I put that on, but that's definitely going to be going on one of my controllers for sure. And then we've got something here that I think at this point most people don't know that I've got. I've been desperately wanting one of these and hoping I would get one for a very long time. And then just recently I found two of them going online for not too expensive. So people that people that got given these and then sold them for loads of money are just jerks. But I did manage to grab two about 2 weeks ago now for like not too bad, like it was kind of okay, so I had to snap them up straight away. And that is the Atlas V4 passes. So I've now got two of these. I'm probably going to give one away because I don't need two, and I know a lot of people didn't get one. I didn't get an official one, which is a real shame. I would have loved to have one that was actually meant to be for me. I don't know, it makes it a bit more special that way. But I still wanted to have one for my collection anyway. So I grabbed two. I'm probably going to give one away at some point. I'll either give it away at the Cobra NMS Con, or maybe I'll do something on my channel. I don't know. I have to kind of think about that. I think there was, so I did have someone on Twitter that reached out to me that was going to send me one as well because they'd gotten a spare. And that was probably a couple of months back now. It was a while back. I don't know if they sent it or not. But if that does eventually come in the post, of course, I'll be giving like an extra one as well, because I don't want to keep loads of them. I know there's loads of people that really want these, so I'm definitely going to be like only keeping one for myself. But yeah, I've got them in these like little plastic cases, so they're going to be kept nice and safe until then. But yeah, really freaking cool. I'm so happy that I finally got one of those. Like, I was, because I like, you can see obviously I collect this stuff like I'm so into like getting all of this stuff and just collecting it and looking at it. And that was like one thing as soon as they were announced that I was like, please let me get one of those. And then mine never ever came, and I was just like, no. But yeah, managed to get one in the end, which is what matters, I guess. Another little tiny thing here. So this is the official PlayStation No Man's Sky pin badge. The little Atlas badge. This is quite big, so there is one of these that comes in the Explorer set, and I think this is slightly different. I've got them both here, so we'll compare in a moment. But yeah, this is like, the thing I like about this is the little piece of card that it's stuck on. So it's got the No Man's Sky artwork on this little tiny piece of card, and it just looks really cool, like having a little metal Atlas symbol on top of that. So I don't think I'll ever take this out of the packaging, just because it looks really cool in there as a little display piece. But yeah, that's like one of the smaller things that I just thought was really nifty. Nifty. What a word. And then, of course, the No Man's Sky postcard set. This was another thing that I managed to pick up. I think I got this from I Am 8-Bit or something. They used to have loads of No Man's Sky merch on there, like even like a year or so after the game released. So I was really lucky to grab loads of it while it was still on there. And then it very quickly sold out after all of that. So I don't think there's anything on there anymore. But yeah, some of this artwork on here is just freaking beautiful. It's like, of course I'm going to love it because it's the art of the game. And the game is something I just love looking at so much. But yeah, like that's, I don't know. There's just something really cool about these little postcards. I thought about sending one of these to Hello Games, like putting a little message from me on and sending it off to them. But then I was kind of like, I really like them, and they probably wouldn't ever respond. So it's like, I don't want to lose like such a cool little piece and then it never even gets noticed or something. So I don't know, maybe one day I'll change my mind and I'll do that. Maybe like stick some pictures in an envelope along with a postcard or something. Maybe that'd be cool. I don't know. Now I'm thinking about that, it sounds really cool, so maybe I will. Let me know what you think. Is it worth it, or will it just get lost? And then the little case for them there, the little sleeve that they go in. So yeah, that was really cool. Like anything with the artwork on is like, that's definitely my favourite stuff in my collection. A lot of the smaller stuff is really cool, but like having something beautiful to look at and display is definitely my favourite thing. And now that I've got the bobblehead out of the box, I'm just looking at him down here. He's just like bobbling along. That's one of my new favourites, I think. So this next piece, like you can probably, yeah, I think you can see this for the whole video. You probably didn't really know what it was. This is actually one of like the promo display pieces. So I guess this was like in shop stores and stuff. And yeah, like I am so happy that I found this. I never even thought about stuff like this. There is a big square, like cube version of this as well that I really want to get my hands on. I've been looking for that for a while. I haven't been able to find it. But this is like the one that's actually shaped like a game box. But obviously way, way bigger than a game box. So if I just pick up one of the actual game cases again, just to show you the comparison. Like, this thing is freaking huge. Obviously a display piece to, like, attract people into the shop when the game first launched. And, yeah, I don't know. That's just, like, super cool and definitely something I want to display in my studio as well once I've got, like, my shelving and stuff properly set up. But, yeah, oh, that's the thing as well. So, it's just the front cover. Both sides. It hasn't got, like, the back of the game. Both sides are just the front cover artwork. Obviously, that's the super pretty bit that they want to sell to people. So, yeah, I thought that was really cool, and I would really like to get my hands on the cube one, so maybe I'll find that at some point as well. I'm guessing there was all kinds of cool stuff that I would love to have. Like, I'm imagining the stands that they used to put all the games in, like, one of those would have been so freaking cool. I probably need a bigger place for that, though. And then we're back to stuff that I have two of again, for some reason. That seems to be the theme. The limited edition version of the game. I think most people have seen this and know what it is, but this is definitely one of my favourite pieces of like merchandise you could get for the game. It comes with the game in this beautiful like case that's made to look like an old-fashioned book, which is just, I don't know, that's just like, it's so No Man's Sky, isn't it? It's just so cool. And then it comes with the steelbook inside, a beautiful artwork on the inside as well. The steelbook inside with the game in. I've got so many copies of the game. I'm just starting to realise like how many copies of No Man's Sky that I have. I definitely have a problem here, guys. And then this is why I love this so much. One is the Adventures in No Man's Sky comic, which is really freaking cool. Like, loads of people have got this but haven't bothered to like look through it. Definitely look through this stuff because this little comic is really cool. And the artwork in this little art book is freaking insane. This is why I like this so much, this little art book. The art of No Man's Sky. It's got a cool little like introduction that just you know, gives a little speech about the game and their excitement and stuff like that and what it's inspired by, and then it's just full like pages and pages of incredible concept art from like early on in the game's development and stuff. And there's just some really cool pictures in here. I think a lot of them are quite popular, the stuff that people have seen, but there's a lot of stuff that like doesn't really get shown around too much. So definitely, if you get a chance, or if you've got one of these laying around and you haven't bothered to look at it, like definitely go and check it out, because there's some really cool stuff in here. There's loads of like creatures and stuff in here that never made it into the game as well. I really like the prehistoric whale type looking creatures. They're just, I don't know, they just look really freaking cool. So yeah, definitely one of my favorite pieces in the collection. I just love looking at that kind of stuff and getting excited about like all the little creatures and little jippers you can find. And then another copy of that. I don't know why. So this is another one that's sealed. I don't think this has ever been opened. It's possible that it's been resealed. It looks, I don't know, it looks kind of, this one looks kind of tatty on the outside, but the actual seal there is still on there. So if that isn't like official, still sealed, that's cool, because I kind of like having those. I don't know, there's something, when you collect stuff, that's just something that you like to have, just knowing that it's never been opened and it's in like pristine condition as when it was first sold. It's just pretty cool. But yeah, 2 copies of that as well. Like my little pile is just getting out of control here. And then we got this, which is really cool. When I first saw this, I thought it was the exact same thing as these. So I didn't realise there were 2 different types of postcard sets. So there was that postcard set that I already showed you, but this is actually something different. So this is a much smaller little postcard set, and I need to Google this, because this is like also brand new and sealed, hasn't ever been opened. So I really don't want to open it. Like, I don't know, when I get stuff that's new and hasn't been opened, I like to preserve it that way, which is why I normally buy 2 of everything, so that I can actually look at one of them. But I haven't actually managed to open this, so I don't know exactly what artwork's in here. I don't know if it's the same as those ones. I don't know if it's stuff that I've seen before. It probably is. I think at this point I've seen most most things to do with the game. But yeah, like I haven't been able to open that one because it's sealed, which is kind of like gnawing at the back of my mind a bit, because I want to know what's in there. But yeah, just another smaller postcard set, which was pretty cool. And I didn't actually realise there were 2 until I got that. I thought I was buying a second one of the first one that I got, but sealed. And then when it turned up, it was tiny, and I was like, huh, this is something new, which is cool. Okay, now I think we're probably going to move on to the Explorer Edition. So I think this is like, I've probably said everything is my favourite, but this is definitely like up there as well. One of the coolest things. Only 10,000 of these were ever made, hand painted, just really freaking cool. Obviously comes with the replica ship in there, and it's got the little stickers and everything in there, so you can customize the ship. I have opened this, I have taken it out, I have looked at it, I have had the ship on the little stand before. I'm not going to take that out now, because I really want to take good care of this, just because they're getting harder to find, and people are like, I don't know, you know what scalpers are like on the internet. They're just trying to sell them now for like really stupid prices, and that kind of stuff makes me a little bit sad, because there's loads of people that would love to have this kind of stuff, and honestly, a lot of it, for the price that it goes for, is definitely not worth the money, just because people are trying to sell it for way more than it originally cost, which is a real shame. But yeah, really happy that I've got one of those. If I do ever see one that's not stupidly expensive, I'll definitely buy it and give it away, just because they're such cool pieces, and they are getting pretty hard to snag unless you're willing to spend a load of money at the moment. And then we've got, like, this is kind of weird. The PS4 faceplate. I don't know, I'm guessing most of you have probably seen these before. And I'll be honest, like, I don't really like this at all. I don't think this is pretty in any way. Like, I would never put that on my console. I use the PS4 Pro now, but I did have I've got the old PS4 as well. I've given that to Miss L players. I haven't just got it sitting there doing nothing. But yeah, like, I bought this when I had the original PS4, and I was like, oh no. When it came, I was like, I'm not putting that on. It doesn't look, I don't know, like, I don't know why they chose. I've got to have it, like, it's a collector's piece, and it's got the Atlas symbol, and it's pretty cool. But of all the beautiful artwork and worlds and like bright, colourful, vibrant things in No Man's Sky, I just don't know why they went with like a dull, silvery grey background. Like, imagine how cool, like, if I can make a No Man's Sky edition of a PlayStation or something, it would be like the original artwork, or have like some beautiful grass planet on it or something. You could just do so much cool stuff with it. And I was a bit like, oh, they've gone with just like plain grey. It probably wasn't Hello Games that designed that at all. I'm sure it was Sony that did that just for some extra money. But yeah, you can tell that doesn't have the love and attention that a lot of the other artwork does, for sure. And then we've got my magazine collection. So this is really freaking awesome. This is stuff that I've started to kind of collect this more recently. So I picked a couple of these up really early on. But obviously when I first got into the game, it was a little while after the launch. So it was, I think it was like just around the time that Foundation dropped. That's when I first really kind of got into the game. So I wasn't like around when these were like first coming out in the shops and stuff, and now I'm just like going crazy trying to get hold of anything I can that has, because like the artwork, right, is so freaking beautiful. So finding these magazines and being able to actually like flick through them and read like the interviews and read what people were saying about the game like back before it launched and when it first launched and stuff, I don't know, like, it's just, there's something really cool about that, and this is definitely one of my favorites. So if I just show that there, this is really cool. So it's just like the white cover, and then it has like the controller cut out, and that's just the artwork. Like that controller is just made of like pure beautiful No Man's Sky art, and it looks really freaking cool. So this is the indie games cover, and just such a cool little piece. I'm so happy that I got this. And this is really freaking cool. So I had seen pictures of this. Obviously I looked for like all the magazines that ever came out, and I was trying to find them and like tick them off my list one by one, and I'd never seen this one anywhere. I hadn't seen it going on eBay or Amazon or any of the like secondhand magazine sites or anything like that. I'd kind of given up, didn't think I'd ever find it. And then when I went to the London Live Drop, which was recently, right? It was only like a couple of months back or weeks back or whatever. I went to the London Live Drop, and I went into WH Smith to get I gave a little care package to the Ware developer guy. So I picked up some drinks and a little sci-fi magazine for him, and it was just sitting there on the shelf in WH Smith, like just sitting there. Like I don't know how, it must have been there for like years, like absolutely crazy. It had just been there the whole time, and no one had picked it up. Or maybe they'd had it like tucked away in the back in their stock or something and then dug it out recently, but it was just sitting there as I was going to the London Live Drop for this crazy No Man's Sky event in the first place. So I was just like, I don't know, it's one of those times that it felt like fate or something. So that was, I don't know, that's probably the coolest story behind any of the stuff that I've got. And that was a good day. It was a good day all around. And then this next one, this, I think of all the magazines that I've seen, this is the cover that I really fell in love with, like as soon as I saw this. So this is the subscribers only like version of PC Gamer, the PC Gamer magazine. There was one that was just like the regular one that was in stores, which was the same picture, but the whole magazine didn't look quite as good. It wasn't like as full spread and stuff. But yeah, like definitely one of my favorite pieces of art there on a magazine for sure. And this is cool because inside, I've kind of put my little bookmark here, but you can see they've got like a proper featured article about it in PC Gamer, Beyond the Infinite, and it's, yeah, like, I don't know, I just love like flicking through this stuff. It's weird, it feels nostalgic, even though I didn't get it when it first came out, if that makes sense. I don't know, there's just something really cool about like flicking through this stuff and reading it and seeing all of the E3 images and stuff like that we've all seen a million times now, but seeing them like as they were originally printed in magazines being advertised and stuff, and reading all the stuff about the game and the excitement is just, I don't know, I find it quite exciting now even. Oh yeah, this is the other thing, so I've got to kind of be careful with this. I don't want to show the code. So this is the pre-order slip. So this is a brand new version of the original pre-order slip that came with the game if you pre-ordered it, and it's to download the Alpha Vector attack ship. I've never used it, so this is a code that's never been used. It would still work if I put this in, I just haven't done it. I probably will at some point because I've still got, like, this is what I wanted because it has like the picture, and it's just it's only tiny, but it's another cool little piece of merchandise for the collection. But yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome that I managed to snag that, and I think I found that for like £2 or something crazy like that, so yeah, I was pretty pleased with that. And then we've got the Game Informer magazine. This is really cool, and the reason I like this one so much is because the art spreads on like both sides. It's front and back. It's not just like the front picture of the magazine, and that's, I don't know, I've not seen that like very often with stuff, so I just thought that was really cool. And these, I think this was another like subscriber version as well, because on the back there you can kind of see there's some like black felt tip pen, and that's because this has the person's address. This is weird. I don't know why they would do this for like a magazine, because people like love collecting magazines and looking at the artwork, right? But they print the address and the name of the person like onto the paper of the magazine, so you'd have to like cut that out if you didn't want it there, so someone's just scribbled it over before they sold it. But yeah, like really cool. Again, beautiful artwork, and it's just I don't know, all these magazines, I just love like flicking through them and reading all the stuff about the game. I have also got another copy of the PC Gamer subscriber special. I did mention that was my favourite. I was worried that I'm going to flick through that one and ruin it at some point, and it looks so cool that I've got to have a piece that I can display. And I just keep these in like magazine covers. I think they're like comic book covers or stuff. You can pick like loads of those up for like £2 off the internet or whatever. So if you do have magazines of your own and you want to keep them safe, definitely do that. So I've got another magazine. So this is the Indie Games magazine. If I just take it out of this, I don't know why. Oh, this one's too big to fit in one of my comic covers, so I've got it in this weird, huge magazine case thing, which is a bit of a nightmare. But we'll take it out just for you guys. So this is the Indie Games Ultimate Guide 2016, and just again with some really cool No Man's Sky artwork on the front. It just, you know, it's the artwork we've seen on the cover, but I just had to get it because it looks cool, and it's different to the cover because it has the logo in black instead of white, which I just thought was nice. But yeah, again, another cool one. Love looking through all of these. Like, there's probably more that I haven't seen as well. So if you've got like other magazines that I haven't seen, let me know about them, because I'm trying to like track them all down and keep them in my little museum. But yeah, I'm sure there's loads that I've missed. Here we go, and then we've got games, the One Giant Leap No Man's Sky cover. Another one that just looks really cool there. Original artwork again. That's like, that is crazy how much they use that exact same artwork on like everything. It is really freaking beautiful, but they used it on so much stuff, which is crazy. I think that's why I love the ones that do have something a bit different on, because they feel super special. And this definitely feels super special. So this is the Edge version of the No Man's Sky magazine back when it came out. Really freaking lovely magazine. Definitely very cool. There's something like, you're not going to get this in a video, like I'm not going to be able to do it justice, but it has like a really smooth, like pastel-y feel to it, and it's just really cool. And then obviously the No Man's Sky text is like super shiny. I don't know if you can like, if I can shine the light, it's like reflective metallic color. But yeah, this was definitely really cool. So that's episode 270, September 2014. Like, that's crazy that I managed to find this, and this is in completely perfect condition. Like, there's no scratching, no like dog-eared corners or anything. It just looks absolutely perfect. So yeah, very happy to have this one. And on the inside of this as well, so not just have both sides of the magazine got the artwork on, which is different artwork, it's not the regular box art. The inside is also silver with just an Atlas symbol in there, which, I don't know, really freaking cool. And there's quite a lot of pages in here dedicated to No Man's Sky as well. Like, I remember this was one of the, I think this is one that had like a really good little article about it, so that's definitely one to check out if you can find it. So that's all of the magazines, and we're almost at the end of the collection, but I think I've saved like the best thing here until last, and that's the press kits. So you can see them kind of sitting there on the table. I have done a video like showing one of these in loads of detail, so I won't do that too much here. I just want to kind of show you my little collection that I've got going of these. There's something about these that just feels so much more special than anything else that I have in my collection, and two of these in particular are extra special to me, and we're going to talk about why in a second. But the main thing I love about this is, one, like just the presentation of this. They were 100% going all out, trying to like smooch to the press people, you know, like win them over, give them a bit of love and attention with these. Like, these are some of the most, I have never seen a press kit that I've liked more than this. It's so freaking beautiful. You've got the really cool high quality like card cover thing there with like a holographic metallic-y looking Atlas symbol thing on the back. Obviously the really old like sci-fi style book again, like kind of like the limited edition, made to look like a really old book. And then inside that you've just got so much cool stuff in here. The game right at the back. And what I love about this, so this is really cool because the disc is completely different to the one that we actually got. So that's not the disc that you guys have got on PS4. It's just completely unique to the press kit, so that was really special, and I thought like that's super cool. That, the normal disc, and the promo disc that's white and pretty ugly now means I've got 3 different pieces of art on the disc, which is cool. But the thing I like the most about this is there's actually like the letter, you know, the letter. Some of you have probably read this or heard it before, but at the front of this little book, there's a message from Sean Murray, obviously talking to the press people that are going to be getting their hands on this for the first ever time. And it's just a really like heartfelt and cool little message. So I guess we should probably read that now that I've kind of said all of that, right? So this is from Sean, and this was when the game was like, you gotta remember, like, the game had never been given to anybody at this point. They were sending these out before it launched to people in the press for the first time ever, and like, this is what he wrote. He put, "I feel sick writing this. You're about to play No Man's Sky, and I don't know what you'll think. I know I'm proud of it. I'm incredibly proud of the tiny team that is making a game at a scale that's never been done before. At times I can squint my eyes and see that we're generating entire planets, solar systems, galaxies on a PS4, and see that maybe that could be a part of how games are made in the future. At times I can let myself feel proud that our indie game is going to be in shops, that we have a media kit, that you're even taking the time to play our game when our previous titles might not have. I know I've watched playtesters get totally consumed in our universe, but I've also seen people feel lost. I've seen kids weaned on Minecraft lose themselves, and I've seen some others feel lost. I don't know how you'll feel. I don't know if we can ever live up to the hype we've generated, sometimes knowingly, often not. I know my strongest memory growing up in the outback of Australia, seeing the stars at night and feeling overwhelmed, reading sci-fi and wishing I could escape into those worlds. If for one small moment I can make some people feel they have stepped through a science fiction book cover, or to think briefly about the size of our universe, then I'll be happy with that. Thank you so much for taking the time to play. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy, Sean." And that was like, that is the reason that I love this like so much. There's just like, I don't care what anyone says, like when you read through this and when you like think about everything here, like there was so much hope and like love put into this game, and so many dreams that they had for it as well as everyone else. And it's just really like nice to kind of see that and have like something physical to kind of back that up. And I don't know, it just feels like I've got a piece of that wishes, you know, that dream like in my hands when I look through this. And there is some really high quality like photo printed artwork in here as well, which is absolutely beautiful. So if you ever get a chance to pick one of these up, definitely do it. They're quite expensive most of the time. Sometimes you can find them going a little cheaper, so I don't know, if you want one, just like keep your eye out. Don't buy the first one you see. Wait until you see one that's a little bit cheaper, and then you'll probably be okay. I'm hoping they do something like this for the Xbox launch. I don't think they will, because the game's already been out for so long, obviously, but it would be cool if they did like a press release or some kind of special edition for Xbox, because like then I'd be able to get it for the first time, like when it actually came out, and that would be really cool. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in here, loads of beautiful artwork. There's also quite a lot of like bits like meet the team sections and stuff, so you can see the rest of the developers, the people that worked on the game, the artists. So it's quite good to get a look at all of that stuff. And at the end, which is really cool, is like I'd probably read way too much into this, but you know, like I don't know, you'd read really old books. Books don't really do it anymore. There'd be a story, like an adventure in there, and then there's always some blank pages at the back of the book. There's a whole load of just blank, completely empty pages at the back of this, and it's kind of like this was just like the start of the adventure, you know, like the blank pages were kind of, there's more to this story, you know, there's more in the future. The story's not over at the end of this, and I just thought that was really cool. Especially with like what's happened since, you know, 2 years on, and we're about to get the biggest freaking update ever, and we're all like as excited as ever about the game. So the story definitely did go on for sure. But yeah, so that's kind of like all of the stuff that I've got. I've actually got, so these, oh yeah, so that's the other thing I was going to mention. So these came in 3 different color variants for different parts of the world. So there was the UK one, which is this one, which is the kind of neon yellowy green color. There was silver here. I think this was, where was this? I think this was Germany, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. They're all in English language though, which is weird. But I think they sent different colors out to different parts of the world, maybe, or different like parts of Europe at least. I could be wrong about that. I think that's what it was. But there's 3 colors. So there's the yellowy green, the cool like grey silver color here. The contents of all of these are the same. So it's the same press book inside, the same disc. but they just got their different color covers. And then the blue one, this is my favorite one, definitely my favorite one. Really freaking cool, like metallic royal blue color. And on the back of this one, the Atlas symbol, like the red of the Atlas symbol, just works so well with the blue. It just looks freaking awesome. And the other cool thing about all of these is that they're all numbered. So these were very limited. Obviously, they only went out to select individuals in the press, select companies and that kind of stuff. So each one of these has like a number on it. One of them has been scribbled out, which kind of annoys me. I can't see what the number is. It's someone scratched over it. But this one is 525 out of 2,120. This one's 564. This one is 532. And this one is 919. So that's like, yeah, that's pretty crazy. And this one is pretty cool because it is still sealed, which is insane. I don't understand how that happens. I don't know why anybody would ever be sent this as like a press release. Like, when the game launched, like, this was gold, right? If people, like, news people making videos and stuff about No Man's Sky were, like, millions of views and stuff like that. I should have got into the game back then. But, yeah, like, somebody got this, like, super cool thing and just never opened it. Completely brand new. The whole seal on there is immaculate, never been touched. So this has never been opened. I don't know if I'll ever see another one of those again. So that is super cool. But that's not, so I mentioned two of these are really special to me. And that's not the reason why. It's not because it's not been opened. It's actually because, if I can find which ones it is now. So this one, okay, where's the other one? Where's it gone? I've lost it. I've lost my other one. It's this one. It's this one. No, it's not this one. Where'd it go? Okay, right, I don't know which one it is. I've got confused. But yeah, so this one, on the back of this, this has actually been signed by Sean Murray himself. Really, I've got another one that's signed. I don't know which one it is. Maybe it's another one laying around somewhere. But yeah, like, that's really cool. One, because, like, the personal message from him, the meet the team stuff, like all of the hope and dreams in this one little package of this one little book is awesome. But then this one is actually signed by Sean Murray himself. So that's definitely like one of the most special things to me in my collection. So I thought we'd end with that like little thing at the end, because that's, I don't know, that's the thing that I'm most proud of having accumulated out of all of this stuff. But yeah, hopefully there's loads more stuff that's going to be coming now we get the Xbox release and a kind of relaunch for the game. It'll be nice to see if they bring out some new toys and merch and cool stuff for me to get my hands on and all of us to enjoy. But yeah, that was it, guys. Probably like talked way too much about this stuff, but I mean, that's what you do when you're passionate about something, right? I get really excited about this kind of thing. I don't know, like, loads of people don't care about this kind of stuff, but I don't know, I'll go crazy for anything like this. Hopefully you've enjoyed that one. I know it's a bit of a different video. We'll obviously be back to playing the game and making content about the game and Waking Titan very soon. But yeah, this was something a little bit different. If you did enjoy it, please do let me know. Drop a like, leave a comment. Of course, I've now got Patreon, so if you do want to support me a little bit more than just giving me likes, comments and watching the videos, which of course in itself is great, but you can go and do that little extra step if you want to, and if you do, I appreciate that so much. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this one, guys. Take care of yourselves and peace.